Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Skyrim Special Edition. Now before we get started here, one of the rules I told myself when recording a long-running RPG style game like this, any long-running game in general, doesn't matter if it's an RPG or not, was don't have long breaks between recording. And I violated this rule, and pretty much at a bad point too. It's been maybe 5 days since I last played, and we're right here with Carlia doing the Thieves Guild thing. We're about to become a Nightingale and get the blessing from some Nocturnal, I believe, Nocturne. And that's, I think I'm up to date now. Of course for you it's just been 1 day or maybe a weekend. But things like remembering the controls and stuff. It's like I should double check and see if
I can. It might save your life.
like I leveled up last time.
What do you want me to carry?
And
Lead on.
let's see, block increased to 49. One more block upgrade. So we walk over here. I don't know if this blessing really does
I call
anything.
upon you, Lady Nocturnal, Queen of Murk and Empress of Shadow. Hear my voice.
Again, this.
Ah, Carlia. I was wondering when I'd hear from you again. Lose something, did we?
My lady, I've come before you to throw myself upon your mercy and to accept responsibility for my failure.
You're already mine, Carlia. Your terms were struck long ago.
So it is a god. It's not just some statue.
I have two others that wish to transact the oath, to serve you both in life and in death.
Ah,
You surprise me, Carlia. This offer is definitely weighted in my favor.
My appetite for Mercer's demise exceeds my craving for wealth, Your Grace.
Revenge. How interesting. Very well. The conditions are acceptable. You may proceed.
so
Lady Nocturnal,
following any of these Daedra gods, you end up
we dedicate
being
ourselves to you as both your avengers and your sentinels.
being like a slave in the next
This
life.
and the next, until your conditions have been met.
Very well. I name your initiates Nightingale, and I restore your status to the same, Carlisle. And in the future, I'd suggest you refrain from disappointing me again.
Here's another point where the companion should have just stayed back there. So, what's funny here is after we play all of Skyrim, this character is gonna eventually die of something and have to have their soul argued over by many different Daedric gods who I've dealt with.
Now that you've transacted the oath, it's time to reveal the final piece of the puzzle to you. Mercer's true crime.
He's done
Mercer
more?
was able to unlock the guild's vault without 2 keys because of what he stole from the Twilight Sepulchre, the skeleton key. By doing this, he's compromised our ties to Nocturnal, and in essence, caused our luck to run dry.
It explains. So the key unlocks any door.
Well, yes, but the key isn't only restricted to physical barriers. All of us possess untapped abilities, the potential to wield great power securely sealed within our minds. Once you realize the key can access these traits, the potential becomes limitless.
Let's see, the 3 of us could keep it. Sounds like no one should possess it. Let's see. I'd like it myself. Or we could give it to the guild. In the end, only one person can hold on to it. And I am going to be probably the leader of the guild, so... Let's see. Which one's more like a thief, though?
I'm afraid that's impossible.
Don't.
If the key isn't returned to its lock in the Twilight Sepulchre, things will never be the same for the Guild.
Okay.
As time passed, our luck would diminish to the point of non-existence, and whether you know it or not, our uncanny luck defines our trade.
So, my luck will go up in some internal mechanism after I do this, which is nice. Maybe more lockpicks things work. First time I ever set out to return something.
Very true. In our line of work, it's quite rare we set out to return a stolen item to its rightful owner. Before we depart, Brynjolf has some business to discuss. I suggest you listen to him.
So now I have to listen to him.
Listen, lass. There's one last piece of business we need to settle before we go after Mercer. The leadership of the Guild. Carlia and I had a long discussion before you arrived here.
What do you mean?
Thanks to your efforts, Mercer's
I was just in the other room.
exposed. After we deal with them, all that remains is restoring the Guild to its full strength. As a result, we both feel that you have the potential of replacing Mercer as leader of the Thieves Guild. I've been at this game a long time, my friend. A long time. I've stolen trinkets from nobles and framed priests for murder. I'm good at what I do, maybe even one of the best, but it's all I know. I've never been one to lead. Never desired it, never cared for it. Don't want it.
I don't know what to say, I guess is the right response here.
Well, we have a bit of an errand to run before your coronation, so don't get sentimental on me now.
All you can do is say I accept.
Then it's decided. When this is all over and Delvin's contacts assure me that we've regained our footing in Skyrim, we'll handle the details. Until then, we have quite the task ahead.
So,
I've been poring over the
I am now the leader of the companions, the leader of the mages,
are in
and
the
the leader of
Dwarven
the
ruins at
Thieves
Erkenga.
Guild, and the
Carlia and
Dragonborn,
I will meet you there.
which is the
Tell
real
yourself,
story.
lass.
Don't forget
This will
that.
be a fight to remember.
The real story here is the fact that I am the Dragonborn, and we're trying to investigate that.
Aye, and some of what Carlia said is starting to make sense. Mercer may have damaged our reputation and raided our coffers, but this goes well beyond even his twisted form of larceny. Old Delvin kept calling it a curse, and we all laughed at him. Looks like the joke's on us. If you would have asked me that yesterday, I'd have said no, but now I think our chances have improved. Look, call me crazy if you like, but I trust Carlia. I don't think she'd lead us down a suicidal path. Besides, I'd rather die with some of Mercer's blood on my blade than spend the rest of my life regretting that I ran the other way.
And there's no more conversation pieces, so I'll just hit B. So, more importantly than the
Sorry,
lockpicking
boss. I've got important things to do.
is
Speak another time.
an increase in luck would probably increase my critical shot chances too. And critical hits are certainly an interesting turn. Let's see. Activating the armor stone a second time. I don't believe did anything. See, they should have just had the armor in the chest, because it just seems so weird. I imagine what they meant for to happen was this would reveal some armor. Or if they had mannequins, by the time the original game came out, they would have had mannequins reveal themselves. So, Blindsided is our new quest. And I suppose I kind of need to know what I'm doing as far as items. Let's see, run this way. Back out to Skyrim. The labyrinth for emphasis done. Here we have all the masks I'm supposed to find. I've only found one of them. Alright. So I suppose I just need to kind of get an idea of, am I sitting on a ton of things or just a small amount of things? And I think I have just a small amount of things, so I'm fine. This would be really strange if there's something I had as far as an ingredient. Several books. This Wobblejack book, for instance, is one of the Daedric items. Or it describes one of the Daedric items. How's the Zero Star? Empty, as usual. How's our weapons charge? Let's see. Fine. So item-wise, we're cool. There's this shadow stone we can go to, but then our next story is way over here. So do I want to run that way, or do I want to fast travel that way? Let's see. Well, we'll get an opportunity here to fight another dragon. Where are you, dragon? Come on. Where are you, dragon? I slow down when I have a weapon drawn. I slow down when I have a weapon, a bow pulled back. This elder dragon is almost taken out, and I'm not even doing much to it. And this is an elder dragon. You'd think maybe that would make it stronger, but it seems like it's making it weaker. So I want to come over here and, let's see, unlock a shout. Disarm. Beasts. Animal allegiance. I suppose I take animal allegiance first. Have to wait for the animation to finish. And now I can unlock it. So here's a dragon thing that doesn't, I believe, actually mean a dragon thing. And I don't want to discover a bunch of things, I just... In fact, even this stone that I'm going to discover is probably not going to get activated. Let's go there. Another master conjurer. No soul gem large enough. Now let's see. Let's see. Once per day under the sign of the shadow, you can become invisible for an extended period. Which isn't even really worth it. Alright. So, in theory, they want me to just run this way, this big mountain here would be some kind of a complicated issue. We have this Shard Stone and this Fort Amol, both of which were just mentioned to us in passing. We were probably walking in Whiterun and somebody mentioned it. Same is true for this fort here and this fort here, because there's no missions or anything pointing to any of that. So our best bet is just to go to Felgorg's Keep and then we'll travel this way. Yeah, how will I find all these people in masks? Probably by simply, well, probably I just won't get it done if I'm gonna be honest with myself here. But if I was gonna get it done, I would have to start running into a lot more quests on the main storyline that lead to that, and I just don't think that's the way it works. I may very well also miss out on some Daedric quests, just because I don't remember where they are, or I don't run into the instance in which I would start them. And even though I've taken a break here, it is 75 hours of gameplay that we're into now. We're just getting further and further on this experience. Here we have a prime example of either a intentionally placed Easter egg or the game engine bugging out. So I'm not sure which one that was. We'll have to see if we see any other animals walking around in this area or not. If we start to see that there's no other, I'm seeing very little animals, but that could mean different things. Yeah, and here's a prime time for quick save, as I'm gonna try to do something kind of crazy, but not kill myself in the process. Coming down these mountains is dangerous. Going up these mountains is not particularly dangerous, but annoying. Honestly, one of the mods, I'm not sure there actually is a mod like this. One of the mods I would like, though, would be either a goat mod where I could walk up all mountains and down easily, or, and I would call it the goat mod there, or, wow, this place is huge, call it, or a flattening mod that just took all the mountains out. And I think that would be too much work for anybody to actually eliminate all the mountains that already exist. See, is this a bad guy? Am I just gonna assume people are bad guys and attack them? Well, the thing is, I'm not seeing them as bad guys on my radar. Oh, that's not gonna work. See, that says bandit. And where are we? I'm just traveling outside the gates to travel back in.
Use your smarts, like I'm supposed to figure out which college he made.
Alright, sneak. Goes up. So now we go for... We have determined them all to be enemies now.
What was that? There you are.
Here it goes. We're surrounded now. And
I'll have your head.
so there's a couple of people shooting arrows at me, but I think mostly I've brought the fight to me in a very nice way. These guys don't feel like they have much on there. So here, with luck upgraded, we can see we're finding more in the chest. We just got a current coin purse to add more in it. And that lockpick attempt worked without any effort at all. All I did was push to the right on the right stick. And the fighting has decided to subside. But there are plenty of people still around. How's my companion? Where is my companion? My companion is lost somewhere? Again? You'd think they'd have a better system for this. Yeah, just sit on this chair. So, are these bandits protecting him? I assume, I guess that's what the case is. Potion. Potion. We're getting a lot of background audio. Insulting me. Seems like glass gauntlets, diamond. See, that doesn't seem just like all of a sudden we're getting lucky. This feels total.
Stand a chance.
Now ain't this a surprise?
Where are they?
It's all clear now. Take your pockets now. Hey! Guess it's all clear now.
Guess it's all clear now, they keep saying. I can't even see them. And the map's not pointing to them. Are they way up here? Is that what's happening?
You're pathetic.
It seems like a couple of people are fighting.
Clear now.
Maybe my companion is fighting them without me. We're still not finding anything of a significant value in the sacks or anything. This, I assume, will be spears. Alright. Trying to do soul steal on that trap. And this would be the opening to that. And ironically, I think I'm just back where I started. Yeah, I am. That I simply walked in a circle there. Where's the other body? Amethyst gold. Arrows, we'll take those. Mountain flowers, we'll take that. Now, I imagine we're gonna have to go through a cave or something to get to Mercer. I don't think it's simply no, that's our guy. So she's been up there fighting the whole time. She's surrendering. Kill animation. See, I imagine we're going to end up in a place where there's going to be a bunch of locked doors, and we're going to do more lock picking than we've ever done. There's going to be a bunch of booby traps, and we're going to do more booby traps than what we've done before. And there's going to be this guy's dead already. Ooh, look at this Nordic carved armor though. I want to give all of that to Nadia. Imperial bow. See, 99 plus lockpicks again. 2 attempts. Here we go. So,
I'm right behind you. What do you want me to carry?
let's see how she feels about all this Nordic armor. So, give. Nice. And then this bow is 8 seconds and does 62 damage. This does 26 damage, so nowhere close. There we
Lead
go.
on.
And we're on top of the buildings, and so obviously some secondary construction was made to this place. It wasn't originally designed to work this way. I would assume that there was probably an original staircase that went downward, but nope. So now Carlia is going to accompany us, and our companion is not. And see, I would think for that whole initiation in which I was looking over my companion to see Nocturne, they would have done something similar there. I gave all that armor to her for no reason, I suppose. Where is Carlia? Vigorous healing. So we can see Mercer just killed these bandits like crazy. Expert. So go a little bit this way, go a little bit this way. On the expert level, it is just this. You gotta be really careful with it. Just move a little bit one direction or the other. Most of these bandits have nothing. That's appreciated, because I'm tired. Even though I've taken a break, I am tired, so tired of picking up things and trying to get money and trying to be ahead of the curve, and still not really ever having an opportunity to be ahead of the curve because of the way the game just scales. Like, I have probably 15,000 gold right now, and yet I need more to level up my block more. Let's see. I don't know if I can do this one. There we go, we finally figured out where it is. Or at least where it starts. Come on. So it's 1, 2. Nudge, nudge, nudge. 3 nudges is 2. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. Lesser Soul Gem, potions, Dwarven Gauntlets, Dwarven Pams. Don't I want any of that though? Like most of that stuff I didn't even want. Is there another lock chest around here that I missed? Did I search this bandit? Nope. Nothing over there. Nothing over there. Did I search this bandit? No. Did I search this bandit? Yes. Search back over here, make sure there's nothing. Search over here, make sure there's nothing. We're looking for Carlia, wherever she is. Is a thing. Oops. Wasn't expecting that to happen. And see, I don't think there's a way you can just like hit these things and deactivate them. So I don't feel like they're like the Draugrs, where you have this really good chance of avoiding it completely. My health's a little bit low right now. Probably because I'm not wearing my regular armor, instead wearing Nightingale armor for silly reasons, to sneak through this whole area in some crazy attempt to like that's not gonna do anything. It does trigger it, I suppose. Look how fast this thing moves though. And even if I could steal the souls from them, I don't think I have the gems for it. Although they are pretty good about giving me gems. So that in itself might prove to be useful if we go through this entire area and end up walking out with a lot of gems. And see, now this area is kind of glitched. So if I try to do that, nothing happens, and splashing is happening like crazy because there's an arrow on the water. So I don't think it's probably even really worth the use of the arrows to try and trigger the characters loose. See, I don't think it's worth going up that section, because if something's gonna come down here and attack me, just let it do it. I wonder if there's a sound trigger to it. That'd be really funny if throughout playing Skyrim the first time I didn't even realize that there was this whole sound trigger that happens. I don't think so. So that... Well, maybe. I'm not sure I can keep this armor on though. I can't. I cannot keep the armor on. It's time to forget the Nightingale armor. That armor is not gonna work for me. So, items. Armor. We have the Elven boots at epic level for 31. The Elven gauntlets at flawless for 28. The Elven gilded armor for 102. Let's see. Those aren't any better. Those aren't any better. Those aren't any better. The mask of Gaudius was what I was wearing. Nightingale would be much less armor. Lockpicking is 25% easier one-handed attack. Now, I wouldn't destroy any of my Nightingale items because I do want to put those up for display, but I can't wear them, obviously. So we've been all over this place, so we kind of know what to do. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to lockpick this. I'm going the wrong direction. Come on. Come on. Let's see. Health. Taking everything was a mistake there. Particularly on these characters. I did not intend to go to the map. Why do some buttons do that? I think part of the problem here is you hold down B to go to this menu, but you also hit B to go back. And this is one of those prime examples of... I stepped on a bear trap. Of when video games have gotten so complicated in their interfaces that the 8+ controls we have on a controller are still not enough. With that, you have A, B, X, Y, right bump, left bump, right trigger, left trigger, down on the D-pad, right, left on the D-pad, and up on the D-pad. You would think that's more than enough, with also a left stick to aim and a right stick to look. And we also have the select button and the pause button. And yet, Skyrim is a prime example of them just having a terrible interface designed by some kind of computer system or something that has no idea how humans' brains work. I'm joking, of course. Gold. This, and that. Nope, I didn't want that. I'm gonna end up being overburdened again. Alright. Get close to it, hit it. I wonder if the soul trap has gotten just weak. Now look at my health. Now, barely a little bit was taken off there versus a considerable amount after that first fight. And that's where we need to leave this. Swimmer oil, grand souls, bolts. You coming out? Nope. Not yet. Gears. Garnet bolts. And see, you're not coming out. I thought one came out there. It gets back to this whole issue of if I ever actually did want Dwemer stuff, I would have to make a special trip through these things because there's so much, they're so heavy. Like, so incredibly heavy. The dwarven stuff. You can only carry enough to maybe craft yourself and your companion a decent amount of equipment. But certainly not craft a ton of it. Although also by the time we started to see dwarven stuff, because we overplayed in the crafting and we've wasted a lot of time there. This is an interesting bolt. So it might explain why bolts might actually be useless unless somebody gives me a crossbolt bolt gun. I've never seen anything that lets me craft anything like that. Perhaps that's because I don't have anything down the dwarven chain of smithing. Yeah, if I'd gone the other way for heavy armor and heavy weapons, I probably would do more damage. So, potion of fire resist, or just avoid it? I think I'm pretty fine. I mean, this doesn't feel that difficult. How long have we been recording? I'm gonna have to take a moment to check that out. This feels like the exact opposite of difficult. Just avoid the flames. Completely fine. And the flames don't seem like they go out that far. This gate's not locked or anything. That could have been a pain if I had to sit there and find a way to shut all of these off. First, here, let's go ahead. Quick save while we're here and pull up my thing to see how long we've been going. 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Yep, 44 minutes. There we go. Back to game. Will it take more than an hour to get through this area? Maybe. Kind of how long it takes us to get to Carlia probably is also going to affect how much longer there is to the game. I seriously doubt we'll run into a scenario where we go through all of an area and and have nothing, and then find Carlia and find the Mercer in the same breath as a master gate. So I would much rather have skills than just have a lockpick that unlocked all locks. Although, if you don't want to mess with this lock-picking mechanic, you could theoretically try to run through the Thieves Guild quest at the very beginning of the game, and then you would just get that item, and then everywhere you went you would be able to get items. I'm not sure if your luck would be very good at that point though, so even though you might be able to unlock areas and get past gates, what's behind the gates and what's in the chests might drastically be lower than what you realized. Alright. Or what you were expecting. I'm just gonna... So it's all the way to the left, and then a few clicks. But maybe it's just like a one nudge. No, it's gotta be at least 2 nudges. It's in there though. Maybe it's way over here. No? That snaps immediately. It was 3 nudges. And over here's some more people. And over here is an elevator. And over here is some kind of blue piece of sky or something that's been animated poorly. Let's see. Volumetric first, and time for some alchemy. This, and this. That does nothing. This, and this. That does nothing. This, and this. That learned nothing new. I still have a decent amount of items, but I'm not sure how to learn more abilities. Let's see, damage, health, this, and this. Skeever tail with salt, and that's it, and that creates nothing. So we didn't learn anything new, but we crafted what we could craft, and now we have some more potions that we could sell. See, this guy's just sitting here. And he resisted the soul trap. Why did he resist the soul trap? Why does everybody resist my soul trap ability? Talk about an annoyance. Down we go. Or up we go. We don't know. It went to a loading screen. So are we higher or lower? I suppose we're lower. And see, this might get us to the underground city.
Mercer's been here. I hope we aren't too late. Brynjolf and I found them like that. Mercer's doing. We have to catch up to him before it's too late. We should tread carefully. I wouldn't be surprised if he's left behind a few surprises for us.
So that was weird that they immediately jumped to the stealth, but these are now my companions. And every door, everything is going to be booby-trapped, I assume. And I wouldn't be surprised if we actually don't deal with too many actual dwarven things. Let's see, lockpicks sitting right here, just so we know we've got them. And see, here's a burial urn, but it's been decorated differently, and I can't search it. So I'm really just looking for dwarven oil and soul gems from these guys. Let's see. We're gonna find a lot of these gates. So in the next recording, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a ton of this that goes on. Let's see. And I could put on my gloves and my nightingale stuff for more of that, but I'm not sure I want to. So yes, this could be melted down, but I'm not gonna take that. I'm not gonna take any of these dwarven things. Can't do anything with the statue. Hopefully we don't run into too much of this. Or too much poison gas.
What's that? It's Mercer. Look, down there.
I'm on it, lass.
Where?
Damn it, there's no way through.
I don't see him.
He's toying with us. He wants us to follow.
There he
Aye,
is.
lass, and we'll be ready for him. Let's keep moving.
So again, a perfect example of where the camera should have just taken control of me. The game should have taken control of me, had my eyes look at what they were talking about. Because I'm just sitting here going, I don't know where you're looking at. There, we're getting a lot of egg sacs for chorus eggs, which means we're probably going to run into some chorus creatures. In fact, you might even be hearing them right now.
Look at the size of this place. Have you ever seen anything like it in your life, lass?
Can't say that I have. Imagine the riches hidden within these walls.
Gold ore. All kinds of potions. Are we gonna deal with any Falmers, really? Though? I mean, I think Mercer is just gonna have killed everybody on the way in, giving us this real peaceful experience. Gotta figure this out. Alright. So it's somewhere this way. Almost had it. See, it feels like if you overshoot it, it kind of just snaps immediately. So we've got this bolt gun, and when we shoot it, it shoots that. Nice to know.
Wait.
Finally!
Let's try.
Where'd the Falmer come from? At some point, I probably would like to pick up a Falmer piece of equipment. Just so I know, like, so I have a full set of it. Although I think I also need to, on a side note, I think I need to, am I slowly opening the gate or something? I need to add some enchantments on my next set of armor to regain health, because even though I have a really high increase in armor, I'm still taking enough damage that it's a concern that if I had 3 or 4 of these guys on my back, they would potentially kill me. And we never get away from that, really. The game is always like this. It's always scaled in some way that you might die, and the problem with that scaling is the fact that then I have to quick save all the time. Unlike most games these days where the game itself is auto saving and quick saving all the time, and therefore there's all kinds of different mushrooms here.
Taste darkness's embrace.
Here's the other guy.
Guide my hand.
Stay away from that trap. Stay away from that trap. Oh, that trap did do a decent amount of damage to me. Let's see. Falmer bow does 34. See, do I have any leather to put on the tanning rack? I did. Interesting. Now I'm carrying too much. All I did was make leather, and that was too much for it. Let's see, skeever tail, coarse chitlin, this and this. And let's see. Let's get rid of some of the things we don't need. Like, we don't need that. And ebony things I think I will keep. Iron dagger we don't need though. Nordic mace. I don't think I've seen a Nordic mace before. So that might be of an interesting thing to hold on to anyways. See if we have any fur stuff to get rid of. You can get rid of scaled braces. Steel plate gauntlets probably not needed either. There we go. So you're gonna come over here and tell me how we open this, or nope, I'm gonna have to figure it out myself. Alright. There's a gate that where they're holding on their skeevers. Couple skeever pets, probably for meat. Nothing in here. More mushrooms. Nothing over here that's worth picking up. Getting some flickering. It is also worth mentioning, I guess, that this is the first time I've played the game since patch 1.1 and 1.2 has come out for Skyrim. I'm very glad that they keep working on it, but there is a sad statement that 1.2 was released quickly because it was to fix crashing that was caused by 1.1. So maybe next time they should do a better job of testing their patches before they... Oh no. Oh no. Where are we? Yeah, they should definitely test their patches first. And I'm right at the beginning again. We gotta start all the way over again. Well, on that sad statement, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me out. If you want to support me further, you can go to my main YouTube page. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.